in the year 2026. Thank you so much for joining us on the Camnet News Desk. Let's now take a look at the news headlines. South Africa Appeal Court blocks order to release ECL'S remains for state burial. Over 100 Zambians seek repatriation from South Africa. KAPIRI MPOSHI bypass completed and opened to traffic. In international news, Guinea bans export of raw gold in bid to boost revenue. In sports, Algeria rallies past Jordan 2-1 for its first win at World Cup since 2014. Join me for these and many more stories after the break.
Every celebration, there's a simple choice being made. To belong, count me in. Moments of love and promises for tomorrow, count me in. At the checkout line, in the middle of an ordinary day, a reminder that every number matters, count me in. Across our communities, our streets, the same message finds us. Count me in. From the everyday worker to the hands shaping our future every day, the call is the same. Count me in. And around the traditions that bring us together, the message becomes impossible to ignore. Count me in.
This election season, your vote counts. Get your NRSC and voters card ready.
Count me in.
Camnet TV main news now showing on Topstar channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the KenStream app, as well as the QTV app. With the main news in detail, I'm Tapelo Joe Smata. The South African Supreme Court of Appeal has overturned Gauteng High Court ruling that had previously allowed the Zambian government to repatriate the remains of former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu for a state funeral and burial. The appellate court delivered the landmark judgment on Monday, effectively setting aside the earlier decision issued by the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. The lower court had ruled in favor of the Zambian government's request to return the late president's remains from South Africa for official burial arrangements. The ruling represents a significant legal setback in the ongoing dispute between the Zambian authorities and members of the Lungu family over the final resting place of the former head of state. According to reports by SABC News, the appeal court's decision reshapes the legal landscape surrounding the case, which has drawn regional attention due to its diplomatic and constitutional implications. Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu passed away in South Africa on June 5, 2025 while undergoing medical treatment. Since then, both the Zambian government and the Lungu family have pursued separate legal positions regarding the handling and burial of his remains. The Zambian government had sought to secure permission for a state funeral, while the family had maintained its own legal objections, resulting in a prolonged court battle across South African courts. The Zambian government has intensified efforts to facilitate the voluntary return of its citizens from South Africa, with more than 100 nationals registering their intention to come home following anti-migration protests reported in parts of the neighboring country. The repatriation program is being coordinated through the Office of the Vice President's Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, Cabinet Office, the Ministries of Defense and Foreign Affairs, and International Cooperation and the Zambia High Commission in Pretoria. According to Permanent Secretary for International Relations and Cooperation, Etambuyu Anamela Gundasen, the exercise is aimed at assisting Zambians who have voluntarily expressed a desire to return home while authorities continue monitoring the situation in South Africa. The latest developments follow the successful repatriation of 47 Zambian nationals last month under the ongoing program. On June 20, teams from the Zambia High Commission were deployed to Durban and East London to assist citizens and coordinate the return process. Government said it is working closely with South Africa's Department of International Relations and Cooperation and other stakeholders to facilitate the safe return of all registered nationals. Meanwhile, the Zambia High Commission has urged Zambians living in South Africa to register on ZAMSA Connect, an online platform created to maintain an updated database of citizens residing in that country. Officials say the system will enable the mission to communicate more effectively with nationals and provide timely consular assistance when needed. Registration can be completed through the mission's dedicated WhatsApp line or online portal. Government has also sought to reassure the public, stating that no Zambian national has been reported injured in connection with the anti-immigration protests. The newly completed KAPIRI bypass has been opened to traffic, marking a major milestone in the ongoing Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway project and providing immediate relief to motorists using Zambia's busiest transport corridor. The bypass, designed to divert through traffic away from KAPIRI town center, is expected to significantly reduce congestion, improve traffic flow, shorten travel times, and enhance road safety for road users traveling between Lusaka and the Copper Belt. Road Development Agency RDA Chief Communications and Corporate Affairs Manager Anton Molowa said the impact of the bypass was already evident, with motorists traveling northbound and southbound increasingly opting to use the new route instead of passing through the town center. He noted that the diversion of transit traffic away from KAPIRI is helping to decongest the main road through the town, improving mobility for both local residents and long-distance travelers. Mr. Mlowa reaffirmed the RDA's commitment to ensuring that infrastructure projects are delivered on time, within approved budgets and according to established quality standards. The KAPIRI bypass forms part of the wider Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway project, one of Zambia's flagship infrastructure investments aimed at strengthening connectivity between Lusaka and the Copper Belt, facilitating trade and supporting economic growth. The project includes the construction of modern dual carriageways, bridges, interchanges, and bypasses at strategic urban centers along the route. Meanwhile, construction of the Kabwe bypass is continuing, with works currently estimated at about 50% completion. Once completed, the dual carriageway project is expected to enhance the efficiency of cargo and passenger movement along one of Zambia's most important economic corridors. Broadcasters have been urged to uphold accuracy, credibility, and ethical reporting as Zambia approaches the August 2026 general elections. Speaking on the role of the media during the election period, IBA Director Communications said ethical reporting is not only important during elections but remains a fundamental principle of broadcasting and journalism at all times. Ms. Katendi Wandi stressed that information must be thoroughly verified before it is aired, noting that journalists and broadcasters have a responsibility to ensure that only credible and accurate information reaches the public. Her remarks come as the country prepares for the August elections, a period during which citizens will increasingly rely on the media for information to help them make informed decisions at the ballot box. Ms. Wandi said credible and accurate reporting is essential to maintaining the integrity of the electoral process and promoting peace before, during, and after the elections. She added that responsible journalism can help strengthen public confidence in the electoral process while reducing the risk of misinformation and unnecessary tensions.
Broadcasting standards, and they are also basic tenets of journalism. They are basic journalism principles. Therefore, broadcasters have a responsibility to ensure that their content is accurate and is verified before it is aired, because members of the public are relying on these platforms for credible information, and it becomes even more important as we approach the 2026 August elections, because members of the public are relying on these platforms to give them credible information so that they can make informed decisions. Also, credible information and accurate information enables the whole electoral process to be credible in itself and also to be peaceful. This is what we want to see in the broadcasting sector.
Central Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Miuna Mwanakampwe has called for an end to illegal mining activities in Mumbwa district, urging miners to formalize their operations to improve safety and comply with government regulations. Speaking during a courtesy call on Mumbwa District Commissioner as part of his tour of developmental projects in the province, Dr. Mwanakampwe said illegal mining continues to pose serious risks to lives and places unnecessary burdens on government. Dr. Mwanakampwe said government remains committed to promoting safe and regulated mining activities in line with directives issued by President Hakainde Hichilema. He stressed that the government's position is not against mining, but against unsafe and illegal practices that expose miners to accidents and fatalities. The Permanent Secretary encouraged miners to obtain the necessary licenses and documentation, saying formalization would not only enhance safety but also enable communities to benefit more from mining activities. Dr. Mwanakampwe is currently touring districts across Central Province to assess developmental projects and engage with civil servants on service delivery and governance issues. The Action Institute for Policy Analysis Center, IPAC, has called on the government to urgently settle outstanding fees owed to the University of Zambia Lecturers and Researchers Union, UNZALARU, warning that the continued delays are undermining staff welfare and threatening the quality of higher education. In a statement issued on Monday, IPAC Executive Director Solomon Ngoma said the arrears have placed significant financial pressure on lecturers and researchers despite their continued commitment to delivering teaching and research services. Mr. Ngoma said education and research remain critical pillars of national development and cautioned that failure by the government to meet its obligations could weaken confidence in public institutions and disrupt essential academic services. The policy think tank also expressed concern over what he described as leadership and management shortcomings at the University of Zambia following recent confirmation by the institution's vice-chancellor that the arrears remain unpaid. According to IPAC, the situation highlights the need for new leadership and a more effective management approach to address the university's long-standing challenges. The organization further criticized the Ministry of Education for what it termed a lack of decisive intervention in resolving issues affecting the country's largest public university. Mr. Ngoma noted that expectations for stronger action had been high, particularly given that the ministry's current permanent secretary is familiar with the institution's challenges. IPAC argued that settling the arrears would demonstrate financial accountability and reaffirm the government's commitment to stability and progress in the education sector.
These arrears have created significant financial strain, undermining the welfare of lecturers and researchers and threatening the delivery of quality higher education at the University of Zambia. Education and research are the backbone of national development. By failing to honor its obligations, the government risks eroding trust, weakening academic institutions, disrupting essential services that citizens depend on. University of Zambia lecturers and union members have continued to serve with dedication and professionalism despite mounting challenges. It is imperative that the government reappropriates by meeting its financial commitments without delay. As an institution, we also note with concern that the recent confirmation by the University of Zambia Vice Chancellor regarding these areas is a clear indication that UNZA requires new leadership and management. Furthermore, the Ministry of Education has failed to provide the decisive intervention expected in addressing UNZA's long-standing challenges. This failure is particularly disappointing given that the current permanent secretary hails from UNZA and is well aware of the institution's problems and yet has not offered the different and proactive approach that was anticipated. IPAC emphasized that timely settlement of these obligations is not only a matter of financial accountability, but also a demonstration of government's commitment to fostering stability, trust, and progress in the education sector. The areas must be cleared to restore confidence in the public institutions and to ensure that lecturers and researchers continue to contribute meaningfully to Zambia's developmental agenda. IPAC stands in solidarity with the University of Zambia Lecturers and Researchers Union and we call for urgent action to resolve this matter. The future of Zambians' higher education depends on government ability to uphold its responsibility and support those who dedicate their lives to teaching and research.
Citizens First CF Kundalila parliamentary candidate for Serengeti District, Bangwena Village Senga, has given the government until July 3, 2026 to restore water supply at Kanona Clinic, warning that he will embark on a protest walk from Serengeti to Lusaka if no action is taken. Mr. Tsenga said Kanona Clinic has operated without running water for more than a year after its water pump was stolen, creating what he described as a serious public health risk for patients, health workers, and the surrounding community. Speaking on the matter, Mr. Tsenga expressed concern over the impact of the water shortage on maternal health services, noting that mothers delivering at the clinic are forced to return home without access to adequate sanitation due to the lack of water. He said the situation is particularly worrying because the facility has a maternity wing that depends on a reliable water supply to function effectively and safely. Mr. Tsenga appealed to government to urgently replace the stolen pump and restore water services at the clinic, arguing that the cost of the equipment is less than 6,000 kwacha. The parliamentary candidate commended the Serengeti District Health Management Team led by Dr. Monga, describing it as progressive and willing to work with civil society organizations to address the challenge. Mr. Tsenga further urged government to increase funding to water, sanitation and hygiene sector, saying budget allocations to the sector have significantly declined over the past years. He warned that continued water shortages in health facilities undermine Zambia's commitments to the human rights to water, sanitation and a healthy environment, while also threatening progress towards several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Mr. Tsenga said his planned walk from Serengeti to Lusaka would serve as a symbolic act of solidarity with mothers and families affected by the crisis and a call for urgent intervention to ensure that no health facility in Zambia operates without water.
Serengeti's Kanona Clinic has been without water for over a year because a stolen pump was never replaced. Our mothers leave the maternity wing without dignity. Health workers face infection risks and the community suffers. I have given government until July 3rd to act, or I will walk from Serengeti to Lusaka to push for urgent action. Water is not a privilege, it is a human right, and without it, we cannot achieve the sustainable development goals on health, clean water, and equality. together, we must ensure no health facility in Zambia operates without water.
Central Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Milna Mwanakampwe says that women cooperatives in Muchinga constituency have received 3.2 million kwacha, while Serenje Central constituency received 2.8 million kwacha, bringing the district CDF funding to 6 million kwacha. Dr. Mwanakampwe was speaking in a speech read for him by Mukushi District Commissioner Jonathan Kapungwe at the Serenje District Agricultural and Commercial Show. Nais has more in the following report.
Challenges faced by communities, government has disbursed 6 million kwacha to 124 women cooperatives and clubs in Serenje district of Central Province. Central Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Milna Mwanakampwe, in a speech read for him by Mukushi District Commissioner Jonathan Kapungwe, says women have ventured into various agricultural activities.
This year, government through the Constituent Development Fund, CDF, has empowered a total of 124 women cooperatives, clubs at a cost of 3.2 million in the Muchinga constituency, while 2.8 million in Serenje Central constituency, bringing the district total empowerment funding to 6 million kwacha. Through these empowerment initiatives, women have ventured into various agriculture and livestock production activities across all 21 wards of Serenje district.
One of the beneficiaries who has ventured into aquaculture has thanked government and says the project is doing fine.
I was privileged enough to be granted a loan of 86,000 Zambian kwacha, and from the same amount we expanded our fish farming business at the farm, where we now established a fish hatchery. So we are stocking our fish ponds. All of them are stocked with our own fingerlings. The income for the business has increased.
Speaking at the same function, organizing committee chairperson Enoch Pidi, popularly known as Gaulani, says the Shaw Society remains committed to promote innovation, entrepreneurship, and sustainable agricultural development.
Through this show, we provide a platform for technology transfer, market linkages, business networks, and recognition for excellence in agriculture and commerce.
Chief Milo of the Lala-speaking people of Serenje district in Central Province, who spoke on behalf of other traditional leaders, applauded government policies.
The government's commitment in infrastructure, provision of the market for our farmers, and indeed that is the FISI program, have enabled our farmers to produce what we have actually seen today. To that effect, we commend the government on its commitment in supporting and fostering trade and investment into agriculture.
This show drew participation from close to 200 exhibitors. Showgoers were entertained by the Kopala Queen, Zaven. Helen Witty reporting from Serenje, Central Zambia.
And that particular story from Serenje takes us to our first set of commercials. But do join us for international and sports news when we come back. Do stay tuned.
Voting is one of the few moments where we all have a voice.
One person, one vote.
No titles, no status.
Just a choice.
It's not about doing nothing.
It's about showing up.
Because your vote matters.
It's easy.
It's important.
It's ours. Count me in.
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 In every celebration, there's a simple choice being made. To belong, count me in. In moments of love and promises for tomorrow, count me in. At the checkout line in the middle of an ordinary day, a reminder that every number matters. Count me in. Across our communities, our streets, the same message finds us. Count me in. From the everyday worker to the hands shaping our future every day, the call is the same. Count me in. And around the traditions that bring us together, the message becomes impossible to ignore. Count me in.
This election season, your vote counts. Get your NRSC and voters card ready.
Count me in.
Zambia's beauty industry takes the main stage. For the first time ever, the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development presents the Cosmetology Expo. It's happening 15th and 16th of July 2026 at ZAMBIANS University in Lusaka. Whether you sell, supply, train or transform, it's your free moment to get seen. Hairdressers, makeup artists, wig makers, nail technicians, spa owners, skin and hair product producers, equipment suppliers, this is your stage. Show off your skills, showcase your products and equipment, and run live demos for hundreds of industry players. Sponsorship opportunities are now open for brands looking to connect directly with Zambia's beauty and cosmetology sector. Connect, collaborate, grow your business. Exhibitor slots are limited and by application only. Register now via the link in the caption. For inquiries, call 0979 152 742 or 0968 323 558. Join the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development in making history by being part of the first Cosmetology Expo.
The Healing Word Ministries International invites you all to a 5-day revival conference. Join us as we step into reloaded greatness. Genesis chapter 12 verse 1 to 3 with our host, Pastor Victoria Chiluba. Our speakers will be Papa Billy Lubansa from Flaming Fire Ministries in Kabwe, Dr. Abedi Bwanika from Christ Witness Church, Uganda, and Father Robert Sihubwa from the Anglican Church. Our venue is at the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill off of Kablonga Road. The gathering is on the 2nd of July from 17 hours to 20 hours. Also, on the 3rd to the 7th of July from 9 hours to 16 hours. We have the music coming from the Healing Word Ministries praise team. See you there.
Did you know that you've got the right to complain against any radio or television broadcast? Did you also know that every radio or television station has an obligation to respond and address your complaints when aggrieved? The first step is to complain to the station not more than 3 months after the broadcast took place. It is expected that the station will respond reasonably to you, that is within 14 days. If not satisfied, then escalate your problem to the Independent Broadcasting Authority.
We're at Mass Media Complex, Ali King Carter Road, PO Box 32475, Lusaka, or call us on +260 211 250589 or visit our website at www.iba.org.zm. IBA, promoting ethical and professional broadcasting.
Welcome back and thank you so much for still joining us on the Camnet News Desk. And now in international news. Guinea has outlawed the export of raw gold in a bid to increase domestic processing of the valuable natural resource. Announcing the ban, President Mamadi Doumbouya said the people of Guinea deserve to see their wealth contribute to their development. The move is part of a push to assert control over the mining sector and increase revenue by maximizing the value of gold production. Mr. Doumbouya said the country's first gold refinery is due to be commissioned. The Nimba Gold Refinery is near completion outside the capital, Conakry, with a capacity of some 250 tons a year. Foreign companies working in Guinea have been warned that they could lose their license if they violate the directive. But most of the country's gold is mined by small-scale artisanal miners who are harder to regulate. Tanzania and Uganda already have a similar ban in place. Ghana says it will ban raw gold exports by 2030. Here's a roundup of international stories courtesy of Africa News.
Guinea has outlawed the export of raw gold in a bid to increase domestic processing of the valuable natural resource. Announcing the ban, President Mamadi Doumbouya said the people of Guinea deserve to see their wealth contribute to their development. The move is part of a push to assert control over the mining sector and to increase revenue by maximizing the value of gold production. Doumbouya said the country's first gold refinery is near completion outside the capital Conakry, with a capacity of some 250 tons a year. Foreign companies working in Guinea have been warned they could lose their license if they violate the new law. But most of the country's gold is mined by small-scale artisanal miners who are harder to regulate.
It has been 2 years since Serge Olon, an investigative journalist and editor, was taken from his home in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso's capital, by armed men claiming to be state agents. An investigation by Reporters Without Borders has revealed that Olon is in detention in a private property and has been a victim of torture. His abduction came after a story exposing corruption in the security forces. Rights organizations say Burkinabe security forces converted dozens of villas in Ouaga 2000, a neighborhood of the capital, as well as other properties on the outskirts, into an official detention site where they have secretly detained hundreds of people, including critics, political opponents, and others perceived as enemies of the authorities. The authorities have also suspended political parties, student unions, and members of the judiciary using a 2023 emergency law introduced to support counterinsurgency operations.
Heat waves around the world are getting hotter and lasting longer, according to a new study. Here in the Iraqi capital Baghdad, daytime temperatures of 45 degrees Celsius are keeping residents indoors until nightfall. But with nights also getting hotter, people are still feeling the effects of the heat. There's an increasing demand for medicines, and we receive serious cases including fainting, asthma and sinus. We treat a lot of cases daily, and there are many medicines prescribed due to allergy issues and hot temperatures. So we have a major change happening here. Heat stress occurs when our bodies can no longer regulate their internal temperature. Scientists say some countries are seeing 50 more days a year of at least strong heat stress compared with the 1970s.
So what we've really done is we've kind of focused on mapping the difference in heat stress between particularly the 1970s and our current climate, so recent 10 years, to help people understand how hazardous heat has already changed in our lifetimes or the lifetimes of our parents or our grandparents.
The weather trajectory we're on means the heat will intensify. The world could add nearly 2 months of super hot days each year by the end of the century.
As our atmosphere warms overall, it gets better at trapping heat, and other changes such as atmospheric circulation, solar radiation, cloud cover, it varies across the globe, the exact amount of each factor, but these all add up to us seeing more frequent, more intense, longer lasting heat waves and chronic heat around the globe.
Places that are particularly vulnerable to rising heat stress include parts of southern and East Africa and parts of Mexico and Central America. Here in Iraq, at least 5 cities rank among the world's hottest every.
And finally, in sports news this evening, Algeria scored off 2 corner kicks in the second half to rally from an early deficit and defeat Jordan 2-1 on Monday to bolster its chances of advancing to a knockout round of the World Cup. Second half substitute Nadia Benboali headed in a corner kick in the 69th minute, and Amain Guri provided the game winner in the 8th second to give Algeria its first win at the World Cup since 2014. The Jordanians had taken the lead for the first time at the World Cup on a first-half goal by Nazar Al-Rashdan, but couldn't withstand the continual pressure from Algeria in the second half. This marked the first time Algeria had ever won a World Cup game after conceding the first goal. The Algerians had 7 losses and 2 draws previously when that happened. Now, after bouncing from a 3-0 to Argentina in its opening game, Algeria can finish second in Group J and clinch a spot in the knockout round with a win on Saturday against Australia. Jordan is out of the contention for the knockout rounds following a second straight loss. It opened with a 3-1 defeat to Australia but put up a strong effort in its first appearance on soccer's biggest stage. We monitored Africa News.
Algeria and Jordan fans partied outside the venue of their group match on Tuesday. Hours before the game, hundreds of supporters rallied outside the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium, singing and dancing. Jordan came looking for its first World Cup point after losing its debut match against Austria, while Algeria suffered an opening day loss to Argentina. In the end, the North Africans won 2-1, handing Jordan their second successive defeat. Both teams will wrap up group play on Saturday, with Jordan taking on Argentina in the Dallas area and Algeria facing Austria in Kansas City, Missouri. Elsewhere, Argentina advanced after beating Austria as Senegal suffered their second group loss to Norway. France beat Iraq 3-0 to advance to the next round.
ECL'S remains for state burial. Over 100 Zambians seek repatriation from South Africa. KAPIRI MPOSHI bypass completed and opened to traffic. International headline: Guinea bans export of raw gold in bid to boost revenue. Sports headline: Algeria rallies past Jordan 2-1 for its first win at World Cup since 2014. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20. It reads, "And Jesus said unto them, Because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you." That ends the Bible reading, and that concludes this edition of Main News on Camnet TV. But dear viewer, like always, do remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel. Now showing on Topstar, channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, on the KenStream app, as well as the QTV app. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Good evening and God bless.
Every celebration, there's a simple choice being made. To belong, count me in. In moments of love and promises for tomorrow, count me in. At the checkout line, in the middle of an ordinary day, a reminder that every number matters. Count me in. Across our communities, our streets, the same message finds us. Count me in. From the everyday worker to the hands shaping our future every day, the call is the same. Count me in. And around the traditions that bring us together, the message becomes impossible to ignore. Count me in.
This election season, your vote counts. Get your NRSC and voters card ready.
Count me in.
Voting is one of the few moments where we all have a voice.
One person, one vote.
No titles, no status.
Just a choice.
It's not about doing nothing.
It's about showing up.
Because your vote matters.
It's easy.
It's important.
It's ours.
Count me in.
Count Count me in.
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 Zambia's beauty industry takes the main stage. For the first time ever, the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development presents the Cosmetology Expo. It's happening 15th and 16th of July 2026 at ZAMBIANS University in Lusaka. Whether you sell, supply, train or transform, it's your free moment to get seen. Hairdressers, makeup artists, wig makers, nail technicians, spa owners, skin and hair product producers, equipment suppliers, this is your stage. Show off your skills, showcase your products and equipment, and run live demos for hundreds of industry players. Sponsorship opportunities are now open for brands looking to connect directly with Zambia's beauty and cosmetology sector. Connect, collaborate, grow your business. Exhibitor slots are limited and by application only. Register now via the link in the caption. For inquiries, call 0979 152 742 or 0968 323 558. Join the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development in making history by being part of the first Cosmetology Expo.